Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with a Sundays with Sizzix video. I'm going to show you a fun and really quick and easy friendship card. Actually, the purpose of the card that I'm making today is to write a letter to my son. I send him a letter every week because we live several thousand miles away and I just want him to know I'm thinking about him. So I'm going to show you the card I'm going to create for him using the Hello You Thinlits and my Big Shot. My card base is Whisper White. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and I've scored it on the 4 1/4 mark. So my card is going to be a portrait layout. And to that I'm going to add a piece of leftover floral boutique designer series paper. Not too feminine, not too masculine, perfect for my son. I could use this side, but I think actually he'd like this pattern better. When I design my cards, I always try and keep the person in mind and what he or she would like from me. All right, so I'm going to attach this as a layer to the front of my card. I'll have all the measurements over on my blog, so you can hop on over there if you want to make this card at home too. All right, and now I'm going to use my Big Shot to die cut the phrase that says hello. Very simple, perfect for my son. So I have my magnetic platform, my bottom standard cutting pad. I'm going to put a piece of scrap Night of Navy cardstock because that's the color that's in the floral boutique paper. And then here's a little tip. When you're using phrases or really intricate framelits or thinlits, put a piece of, well, if you live in the US, use wax paper. If you live elsewhere, look for parchment paper. Works out the same. In between, so put the parchment paper on top of your cardstock and then put the framelit or thinlit on top of that. And then put your top standard cutting pad on and then run it through. And by using the wax paper or parchment paper, it helps the phrase or the image or quite sure what to call it. In this case, it's the phrase. It helps it pop out easier. You can see it really helped it pop out. So it doesn't stick, is what I'm trying to say. It did stick, interestingly, to my magnetic platform. And then I'll just pop these out. If you have trouble getting the cardstock out, bring in your paper piercing tool and just pop it. And it's quick and easy. I also use my paper piercing tool to poke out the wax paper or parchment paper, in my case, from the thinlit. And I can do that after the video's over, and I just clean it so it's ready for my next one. Now, I'm going to attach this hello to a layer of Whisper White. And you might be asking yourself, boy, this is really thin. How am I going to attach it? My glue is really thick, or my snail adhesive. I use my fine tip glue pen with the silicone pad, and the beauty of the silicone pad is that when you use adhesive on it, it sticks to the pad and then you can just wipe it off. So I'm going to add some glue. I like that this nozzle is very thin as well. You don't have to squeeze really hard. You don't want a big blot of glue. You want a line of glue. And then I'm going to attach it to my card layer, which is the Whisper White. If you like this video, please click the like button on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe. I try and publish 1 or 2 videos a week to help you with your crafting ideas. And if you have questions, you can either email them to me or you can just post them in the comments box on YouTube and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this down in place for a second. There we go. It seems to have caught well. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to add some snail adhesive to the back of this layer. and bring it in. And I want the phrase to be front and center, so I'm going to put it at the center. Like so. Just pat that down, or you can flip it over and just rub in case you're worried about glue oozing out. And then the last thing I'm going to use is some of these enamel shapes. I love that Stampin' Up! Color coordinates everything for us. So this is a no-brainer. I use Night of Navy for my cardstock because it's in my designer series paper, and these enamel shapes are also Night of Navy. They come in a pack of several different colors. And I'm going to just add a touch more interest to the front of my card. I'll just leave it, it's down so it stays. And then my top one, and there we go. My card is ready for a nice letter that I'm going to be writing inside so that I can send this off to my son. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements, I've got them all posted over on my blog, so hop on over there. You can also place an order for the products I used to make this card. There's a Shop Now button on my blog that you can click on and it'll take you to my online store. And don't forget to subscribe to my customer newsletters. I send out a free newsletter each week with a project idea you won't see anywhere else. I'm Terry, I am Nuts About Stamping. I hope you've enjoyed this card idea, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.